From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
Dennis's Heating and Air Conditioning is Northern California's premier heating and air conditioning contractor. From residential housing, large commercial projects, installation to repair, sheet metal fabrication, and everything in between, we are your go-to heating and air conditioning specialist.
Good morning, everyone. Hoping you're having a good start to your Tuesday. It is Tuesday, October 22nd. Let's get you through Kruger's Quickcast here. Out the door this morning, it's going to be a chilly start to the day. Temperature is only somewhere in the mid-40s for the valley under mostly clear skies here. Some fog along the coast. Temperatures there in the mid-40s as well. But look at those mountain temperatures, mainly in the 30s, mid-30s, give or take, just depending on where you are. So yeah, you may need to grab that light jacket before heading out the door this morning. Look at the big stretch of moisture that's coming on in here. Now, this isn't going to bring us any rainfall, but what it will do is just bring us to partly to mostly cloudy skies here throughout the day today. And that will also help to keep our temperatures from really getting as warm as I'm sure maybe some of you would even like. It's getting a little bit on the chilly side, if you will. But overall, temperatures not that bad, mainly in the mid-70s here for the valley, 60s, some 70s for some of the higher elevations, and upper 50s out along the coast here for that daytime high. Looking at your 7-day outlook, it's dry for the valley through the weekend. Now, there could be a chance for showers coming in Sunday night into Monday. I'm not anticipating it to be a big deal. Just not seeing any major storms heading our way anytime soon. But temperatures kind of going up close to 80 degrees here as we go into the next few days. Now for the coast, what we've got here are dry conditions also through Friday. That's the case here for inland and for Trinity County as well. But by the weekend, you'll notice I've included a chance for showers in there. Now it looks like best chances for showers over the weekend will be sometime around Sunday into Monday for all of the mountains and, of course, the coast. Now, you'll also notice on Wednesday, places like Mount Shasta, El Tourist, a chance for showers on Wednesday. There's going to be a weak system that'll just clip Northern California Wednesday. I don't anticipate it to bring much, if anything. I just don't want you to be caught off guard should you see a stray shower on Wednesday for, say, northern Del Norte, northern Siskiyou, and northern Modoc County as well. Otherwise, it's dry through the week, and even the eastern mountains are really going to hold off until Sunday to Monday with that chance for showers. All right, that's Kruger's Quickcast. Here's your deeper dive forecast. And as usual, we start with your weather headlines. And it's going to be dry and mild for the rest of the week for most of us. As I mentioned, that weak system just clipping Northern California tomorrow. Slight warming trend over the next few days. And I say slight, we're only talking by a few degrees. It's not going to be all that noticeable. Cooler, unsettled this weekend with really no big storms heading our way. You know, we don't have a big area of low pressure that's going to drop our temperatures down significantly and give us a ton of rainfall and snow in the mountains. I'm not seeing anything like that at all. All right, let's take a look at the shoe fire here. Of course, keep in mind, this is what I've been noticing that happens, is this is the latest number coming in as I'm recording this at 5,145 acres. Usually within an hour of me recording this, these numbers change. Now, hopefully it's for the better. Hopefully we start to see that containment number go up, but it certainly has gone up here over the last 24 hours. So overall, the distances to these communities like Lakehead, taking a look at Big Bend, for example, hasn't really moved much closer to any of these areas either. So there's not a big concern when it comes to this fire kind of spreading into any of these mountain communities. So that certainly is some good news there. And hopefully they can get a handle on this fire here before we know it, right? That'd be great if we could get that back up to 100% here, but we still got a ways to go with that. Looking at the winds here for today, they're generally coming in from the south, nothing terribly alarming, although they are picking up for your Wednesday afternoon. You can see coming in from the north and west, coming in from the west for the eastern mountains. Also, a bit on the breezy side for those of you along the coast as well. Of course, not concerned about fires, but obviously looking at some gusty winds there. And it looks like these winds may stick around even on Thursday, especially for the valley. Maybe not as bad for the eastern mountains, but this is going to elevate our fire risk, unfortunately. You can see here for today, not that concerned, again, because the winds aren't that big of a factor. We're talking about 20, 25% when we're looking at the relative humidity levels for today. But by tomorrow, you see how they're dropping? So with those stronger winds coming in from the northwest, we're down into the lower teens with those relative humidity levels. And for Thursday at noon, we're down to the upper teens, probably lower teens by the time we get into the afternoon on Thursday. So yes, the wind's picking up, drier conditions. Unfortunately, that's going to increase and elevate that fire weather risk. Once again, you can clearly see all of these clouds just kind of filtering into Northern California here for today. Not bringing us any rainfall, but it will bring us that cloud cover. So this is the area of low pressure I've got my eyes on. It's going to push its way closer to us on Wednesday. But as you can see where we are, still pretty far away from this storm system. Meanwhile, we've got a weak disturbance. See this little dip in the jet stream? These showers and snow off into southern Oregon, that just may clip Northern California, as I mentioned on Wednesday. So northern Del Norte, northern Siskiyou, and northern Modoc counties, all seeing the potential of that just skirting those northernmost counties of Northern California. Otherwise, it should be a dry day on Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, this will approach, but as it does, it's going to weaken. I talked about this yesterday. When you have a closed area of low pressure, that's when it's its strongest. When you begin to open up that low, what happens is it begins to weaken and it's not as strong. So as you can see here, as we go into Thursday, Friday, it's very weak. But it is still got a few showers associated with it, but it's still dry for us through this week. Now, what's going to happen is this is going to kind of help to open up the door for these systems coming in from the northwest. So you can see here, look what happens as we go into Saturday. Now, Saturday, I don't see a lot of rain coming into the picture here. I'm still going to keep a chance for showers, especially, say, the north coast and some of those higher elevations. But overall, Saturday is going to be a fairly dry day. It's Sunday that you can kind of see that kind of comes in, Sunday into Monday with a chance for showers. And this will include the valley as well, seeing that potential for some of those showers. But I think most of the rain is going to be up for the north coast, and then it'll be less as you start heading east of that. So you can see as we go into Tuesday of next week, it's dry. We've got this system that could potentially impact us towards the middle and latter part of next week, but it's not very significant. It doesn't look like it's got a lot of rainfall. This is what I was talking about. We don't see any significant storms developing over the Pacific anytime soon. So looking at the precipitation outlook from the Climate Prediction Center, it does have us in that wetter than normal category. It just doesn't look like it's going to be a ton of rainfall. And we look at the overall footprint of where most of the rain is going to be. This is pretty standard. We see most of that rain along the coast here. Then as you start heading eastward, you start seeing less rainfall. And this is just over the next 7 days, today through Monday of next week. So again, most of that rain for the coast. And cooler than normal is what we're expecting here when we look at the Climate Prediction Center's outlook here. So let's take a look at that 10-day outlook here. And there you can see that blue line, 77. That's the normal high for Redding. And we will be just kind of hovering or just above that here through this upcoming weekend. But look at that nice dip in those temperatures going into next week. This is more of that fall-like weather that I think many of us are waiting for. All right, let's take a look at those wave heights for today. Those waves at about 5 p.m., anywhere from about 3 to 5 feet along the coast. Look at Wednesday. You have to look closely if you want to see any changes there. So it's not going to change much over the next couple of days. North winds at about 5 to 10 knots. Waves from the north at 2 feet to 5 seconds. And from the northwest at 6 feet at about 9 seconds. No small craft advisories. All right, here's your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. Temperatures today are going to be in the low 70s for most of us. Some of the cooler spots like Burnt Ranch, about 67 for Ruth. Mad River, about 61 degrees. We take you out to the north coast, and you've got temperatures around 70 for Garberville, 68 for Alder Point, 60 for Blue Lake, and mainly along the immediate coast, temperatures there in the upper 50s. 69 for Gas Key. There's Orleans with about 70, as well as Hoopa, 72 out in Willow Creek. Just absolutely gorgeous. But we do have the mostly cloudy skies as those clouds are coming in from the west. Your Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast. Now notice Wednesday, that slight chance. That would mainly be for places like Happy Camp, Hornbrook, Wairika, Ashland, Doris, McDowell. South of that, those chances will be very slim tomorrow. Otherwise, dry through the rest of the week, and then some showers coming in by the weekend. And in particular, more closer to Sunday and into Monday. Same situation for Wednesday for Modoc County. Places like Tule Lake, Fort Bidwell, Cedarville, El Turris, maybe Canby. South of that, most likely looking at dry conditions, and really most likely even dry conditions for all of Modoc County, even on Wednesday. There's your Eastern Mountains neighborhood forecast. Temperatures will be in the 60s, even some low 70s in there, with about 70 for Greenville, 72 degrees for Quincy, and 63 degrees out in Shingletown. Your Valley neighborhood forecast brought to you by Walgamith Painting. Those temperatures in the mid-70s. 76 degrees for Los Molinos, 74 degrees for Elk Creek, and 75 degrees for Gridley. Let's take you up north. 71 for Lakehead as well as Whiskeytown, 75 for the city of Shasta Lake, and Cottonwood a high of about 75 degrees. So there's your 7-day outlook for Redding. Temperatures just kind of topping out around 79, 78, maybe even upwards of 80 degrees here through Saturday. So not much change. And then by Sunday into Monday, you got that chance for showers. That's your morning update. I'll be back in the afternoon.
Barr & Mudford is a top established firm here in the North State. Founded over a half-century ago, Barr & Mudford is protecting the rights of our neighbors and community. We take our commitment to our clients very seriously and provide a level of excellence unrivaled in the North State. Barr & Mudford, standing up for the rights of our neighbors and our beautiful community, serving Northern California with excellence.